The main purpose of prototype is to see the actual product, how it works. So we can test it with users and also show it to the stakeholders and get their feedback. And there are different kind of prototypes like conceptual prototypes, low fidelity prototype, high fidelity prototype, and even medium fidelity prototypes. If you want to test some of the ideas very quickly, you can go for conceptual prototypes where you can just prototype in a paper and use it for testing. Low fidelity prototypes is like just when you want to see the layout details or and make it little tangible like buttons, links, and um, and most of a time if you want to check the basic aspects of the product, not too much of like with the form entering the form or submitting the form. So in that case, you can go with low fidelity prototype. And high fidelity prototype, when nearly the visual identity, I mean the visual design, is completed. In that case, you can go for high fidelity prototype, where you can check the aesthetics part and even the features, the functionality of the product can be tested in high fidelity prototypes. And you can use HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and backend, so that you can see the real product that is which will be live. So I feel the prototype nowadays the companies prefer to have the prototypes being tested before going live. The medium fidelity prototypes is used when the visuality is somewhere at the mid stage, and you want to create the prototype with the basic layout, and the basic functionality you want to, when you want to check it, check the basic functionality how it does come up. And so you can create a medium fidelity prototypes like using Adobe XD or Figma, and Balsamic also sometimes, or even Marvel. That is also a good app. So you can use those for creating medium fidelity prototypes. So these are the prototypes. I'll show you the uh, uh, method, the template for this method. So here, just write. You can see the section in section one. You can write the ideas that has been selected. So here the idea is to check out this to prototype the checkout experience. So that is the idea here, and why, for what reason, for what means for, why do we want to build an experimental prototype? To find out the issues with current checkout experience that has been redesigned. How? So, prototyping the checkout experience and test it in lab with real users. That's what we are going to do. So it's up to us to define which prototype we want to develop. So it can be a conceptual or low fidelity, high fidelity, or fully functional prototype using HTML, CSS, JavaScript. So I've written this prototypes here, but you can write which prototype you want to start with in this 3A, and go after finishing testing with this prototype. You can go for a 3B. 3B, if you want an high fidelity prototype or a fully functional prototype, you can do that. So when you use this template, it will be easy for you to remember what you have tested and what features you have tested, and so that you can always come back and see what are the prototypes you have created and tested it. So that's the use of this template. And after this phase, once the prototype is done, you can I mean, if there is a usability testing, you can do it, test it with the live users, and then you can give this fully functional prototype to the developers, because they can see the entire product. So they have they will get a good picture of how the product works. So it's really useful for developers when we give a fully functional prototype. Thank you.